For our two biggest trials, joining me this hour, I have a couple of guests, trial attorney Gabriel Sepulveda Sanchez and criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor David Bruno. Thank you both for joining me. Gabriel, let's talk about the case, what Julia was saying happening in the Turney case there. In Arizona, the prosecution about to wrap up its case here. What do you make? Have they met their burden of proof from what we've heard so far?
I'd like to hear what the defendant was saying. I'd like to see. I'm pretty anxious to. I'm pretty curious about what's going to be released pretty soon here. So, if you're put on a case that quick, there's got to be some bombshell evidence that they feel that confident to hand their case over to the defense now. So, it really depends on. I'd like to see what evidence is going to come out and be released to the public. But if you feel that strong about it to rest your case quick like that, and you might have some good evidence in your favor. So it really depends on what's going to be leaked out to the public pretty soon.
Sure, they may have a couple of bombshells left in the testimony, David, but so far we really have a lot of circumstantial evidence of a stepfather who admits to fighting with Alissa on the day she disappeared, having surveillance cameras at the home, but conveniently not recording anything on the day she disappeared. Some allegations of sexual abuse. We really haven't heard a lot about that really from the state's case so far, but they also can have a rebuttal case depending on what, maybe they're waiting on what the defense does too. Maybe, David, what do you think?
Yeah, like you said, very circumstantial case. And first point I want to make is it's very ironic to me that this defendant had kept 7 years of video about that fight with the boyfriend, but yet did not have the surveillance video from the date in question when she allegedly ran away. That goes right to the heart. Why? You got to ask yourself that question. Goes right to the circumstantial evidence, given he was the last one to see her. Additionally, the reporting of this conversation, I think, is absolutely critical to the circumstantial case, because what it gives is prosecutors a motive. Even though a motive is not required, it's not an element of murders in any of our statutes. It is something that jurors typically look to in their deliberations as to, well, why? Why would a defendant do something like this, especially in light of the fact that the victim is his daughter? Well, that particular recording shows the animosity, the anger, the vigor, and I think that's important in a circumstantial case for the prosecutor.
Thank you so much, David and Gabriel, for your insights on that case. You're going to be hanging out with us this hour. Coming up next,